First, we're going to talk about just the Institute, just a few minutes to talk about what we're doing across the university in terms of multidisciplinary arts meets engineering kinds of work. But then we're going to immediately delve into a project that we're doing for the National Endowment for the Arts. We're a NEA national lab, one of only 27 in the history of the NEA. Only 4 got assigned the year we got it. And we're basically going to talk about how in innovation, everybody thinks of, well, knowledge and content. That's really important. That's the thing. But then how do we use that? Okay, well, that's important too. What they haven't been talking about is, in addition to use and knowledge, there's this idea of sentiment, how it makes people feel. There's a guy named Stokes who designed this thing called Pasteur's Quadrant. And it's basically 2 axes, knowledge and use. And he said, somebody that went after knowledge but didn't really care about use, that we'll put over here. And somebody maybe like Thomas Edison, who cared about use but maybe not knowledge, we'll put over here. But right in the middle, we'll put this thing called Louis Pasteur, who cared about both knowledge and use. And so what we did was came along and say, well, again, what's important is also sentiment. And so now there's no longer just squares, there's actually octaves. And out here, we call this thing out here where you have quest for knowledge, consideration of use, and contemplation of sentiment, we call Da Vinci's cube. Because Da Vinci is a great example of somebody that in knowledge, use, and sentiment were equally tempered in what he did. We're going to hand out Da Vinci's cube, and we're going to ask where they are in Da Vinci's cube. So I'm hoping they leave here thinking about how knowledge and use and sentiment come together in their own personal and professional lives, but as well as their company that they work with, organization they work with. How and do they exist in that Da Vinci's cube space?